Hi there, my name is Aaron, also known as Synthetic. I used to play a ton of competitive Insurgency Sandstorm, a little over 900 hours, which was a ton of fun.
Oh man, I'm late on this nade. Fuck, I'm really late. I don't know what they're gonna do. Are they gonna rush this? What? Oh!
Oh my god.
What happened?
Yes.
Oh, someone got a 5-man nade.
Perfect nades.
Until the scene slowly started to die down. It got to the point where many players and streamers, including myself, were sitting in queue times for up to an hour just to play a single competitive match. One of the issues in the competitive scene in Sandstorm was always a lack of players. Even though the Sandstorm developers had announced that they sold over 500,000 copies of the game, even at an all-time max, they only achieved a high player count of 14,000, which was during the free weekend. The topic of competitive has always been very prevalent in the community, going back and forth asking if the mode is dead, if the devs are going to do anything about it, or why even play it. Toward the end of the peak, the developers made a Reddit post asking for help, which was almost immediately scrutinized by the community and removed from the front page. But with all that being said, we still competed.
The guy there's right?
He knows that it has to be on the other side of the map. He does have a frag. I'll actually buy him a little bit easily, because now that's going to bait the peak. And just like that, Grimsweeper does get the kill in Synthetic and is now going to clear Charlie. But with 40 seconds left to go, Grimsweeper's in a 1v2. This is winnable if RG overextend and peek him. Oh no, he dropped out. They should have heard the drop. There's the pre-fire. And oh my god, a Grimsweeper. It's now a 1v1. Baker just needs to stay alive.
A big help of keeping the competitive scene alive was the DGL. The DGL is a side league that was mainly focused on seasons where various teams could sign up and compete on a weekly map. This is where competitive really thrived. All of a sudden the game turned into a very nook and cranny grind where the teams that excelled were the ones that spent the time lining up grenades with the clouds.
Dude, this nade, it was perfect.
Oh, I didn't see that guy. Okay.
To make sure they had the perfect timing, practicing rotations and callouts. The little angles that you can wallbang players because you remember their hiding spots, such as Cyrus here.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh shit! Yo, I knew you were there!
The callouts were very defined in every map, making it public knowledge, so if you ever got into a pickup game, everybody was on the same page, which made it a lot easier. So, what happened? Well, I wanted to ask some of the players I used to play with to kind of see what they had to say. A big consensus it seems to be aimed at the lack of players and no competitive focus from the developers. The game within itself is a really prospered gem, but unfortunately, with no lack of changes, the game grows dull. With a limited innovation, the players were getting frustrated with the game, players stating that if it was given polish and attention, it really could have peaked and attracted more players. Other players stated that as the player count started to dwindle, without the support of MWI, the game just kind of lost its touch. One player here even stating that the devs held a community-wide competitive meetup where they could kind of talk about everything and what needs to be done, but as a result, nothing happened. But with all that being said, Sandstorm still stands with a very positive review on its store page, and an average of 2,000 players for the casual scene. My main focus of the short documentary was to shed some light on the competitive scene that had promise. I want to go ahead and thank the players that gave a response to this video, so we can kind of look at it and shed some light on everything. I hope in the future, maybe the next Insurgency, there'll be a longer lasting competitive scene. Until then, well, Warzone's pretty fun.
Let's go.
I got quad with the C4.
There you go, baby.